Preseason baseball is on, and Chris Abel is here because he's an athlete. Hi, Chris.
Hi, how's it going?
I'm good. He's a baseball-loving, but loves robots more kind of preseason baseball watcher. What's going on, Chris?
Well, what's happening right now with spring training is the MLB is testing out robot umpires. In fact, the Toronto Blue Jays are among the first teams to test it out here in Toronto. And I thought I'd jump in and find out exactly what this is. And so first and foremost, it's called a robot umpire. It's not a robot. Welcome to the world of sports. They don't know that much about tech stuff. In fact, I was having a hard time trying to find out what this actually was. But basically, when you have the batter approach the home plate and the pitcher pitches the ball approaches the plate, there are up to 12 cameras that watch what's happening from different angles. And they all, like a good computer, are measuring everything in three-dimensional space. Now, when the pitch is completed, there's a human umpire. They're still using human umpires who makes the call. The option now is that if the pitcher thinks the human umpire maybe didn't get it right, he can tap his cap, and then that will allow the MLB to consult the computers to see how accurate the call really was. And if the computers say actually the umpire got it wrong, the human, then there's a chance for the ruling to be overruled. It's really fascinating just how complex this is. If you're like me and you've played baseball, but maybe you don't know it that well, the actual strike zone isn't just a rectangle that's sort of drawn on the ground around the home plate. The actual strike zone is in relation to the batter. So different batters, they have different strike zones in front of them. It's all based on your height. It's based on your stance, how you stand. Your strike zone will be different from others. And so this is why it's interesting. The umpire has to imagine it differently for each player that comes up to bat, whereas the computers have to do those measurements exactly based off of the distance that the batter's from the home plate, all sorts of things. So there is enough margin of error that, yes, the human umpire might just get it off wrong by, inches or half a foot. And so there's the opportunity for a computer to come in and correct them.
Statistically, the broadcast companies have been sort of tracking this on the background and where they agreed or disagreed. And it's interesting to me politically where they're going here, because it's going to show whether the umps are getting it or not getting it. And so we'll see where it goes. It's probably a little easier and user friendly to call it a robot versus like AI umpire, right?
Right. Well, I mean, for me, trying to research this, though, you're dealing with the world of sports, and a lot of sports writers are not that tech savvy. And a lot of them have been throwing up photos of actual robots on play fields. Sports arenas are fantastic in terms of working with tech companies to have them come in and test things out. I've actually played PlayStation games on the Jumbotron at the Toronto Sky Dome. Just that opportunity, we tech guys do get the chance to come and visit the field. And so those photos are incorrectly being used with this story. There are no actual robots. Any photos you see of robots involved with robot empires, those are just actual tech companies coming in, testing out their equipment because it's a beautiful space to do so.
Also good to know. That's actually some really good insight. I know that Canadians get very excited to watch their Blue Jays play, and what a great story. Okay, Chris Abel is here, real Chris Abel, if you want to find him on X. Where are we going next? Are we getting smells to computers or smells to baseball robots? Because those are not good smells.
Oh, believe me, I have a long history of scented products in the world of tech. It's never good.
No, it's not. Not at all.
It's never good. I've tested them all, boy. But Asus, the computer manufacturer, has just debuted the fragrance mouse. So this is a computer mouse, like an ergonomic computer mouse that has a built-in air diffuser. So you can take your own custom scent or oil and place it inside the fragrance mouse. And then as you're using your computer, it can occasionally put out a little puff of a scent. So when you're using the mouse, I don't know, I want to say the mouse farts.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's where my head went too, Chris. You're good. That's where I went.
And they say you can have your own scent. So, I mean, yes, you can go for lavender. You can go for cheese if you want.
Oh, boy.
But what's great is that they've created the mouse very ergonomically so that it's actually smooth in terms of its action. It's got ergonomic mouse feet. Everything is designed to make a very calming experience. So this is all about removing the stress from what might be the most stressful place in your home, which is working at a computer and getting mad at people and email and all sorts of things. Well, at least you have one that can give you a calming scent, hopefully.
I think it's a neat idea, but it seems like a really complex square peg in a round hole when you could have one sitting in the corner. I mean, I've got my dog on the dog bed. Speaking of fragrance that comes, it might be nice to have something that can win that one over. That would take a pretty special one. I think there's a lot of people who have smelly dogs at their feet would certainly appreciate it. Okay, Chris Abel, where are we going to next? We're going to have some fun, I believe.
We are. So there is a company or a designer. His name is Nick Bentel, and he has designed, believe it or not, a remote control purse. So this is something designed for those who are big fans of luxury handbags or luxury purses, who like to collect them, maybe have a closet full of hundreds of them. Well, this is the one that will stand out, because at the bottom of the purse, where the purse feet normally are four little tiny wheels. You may not notice them at first. And then the owner of the purse can reach into their pocket and pull out a small little tiny remote control controller with a little steering wheel on it. And you can turn on the purse and drive the purse around on the floor. The purse has a range of 30 feet. And believe it or not, how fast was this thing going?
9 miles per hour, it said.
9 miles per hour. Isn't that insane? And so the idea, I guess, is for you to be able to cleverly use your purse to make slide deliveries to your friends or maybe to your date. So if you notice that somebody's having a bit of an emergency, you can then direct your purse to drive over to their chair at whatever conference that you're at. That way they can reach in and get a Kleenex or whatever they need. Or you can romantically, if you're on a date, send the purse over to your date with a rose. That's one of the things they have in their demonstrations. But the whole idea is that you've got a purse, doesn't look at it at first, but it can drive by itself. And again, up to 30 feet away, but 9 miles per hour, which seems really fast for something so small.
Yeah, that only goes 30 feet. I think you'd be like 0 to 30 feet so quickly and you're out of range. Oh, that's fun. I think that's neat. But really, purses are already kind of dirty. They're already filled with so many things. They're so heavy. They're falling over. I do think it's fun, though. Nick Bentel Studio is the name of all of that. I don't know. You go shopping for your purse or not? I can tell you this: your comment about playing video games in the Sky Dome has people asking how they can get in on that. So this sounds like
you have to be really good friends with Sony PlayStation.
There you go.
This was when the PlayStation 2 came out. They wanted to show how incredible the resolution was, that it would hold up on a Jumbotron. And so they invited me to come in and prove that.
Do it. Well, see, there you go. Become a tech reviewer. That's the answer to that for everyone who's texting at 71010. Chris Abel, thank you.
All right. Take care, guys.
KRISABEL, real Chris Abel on X. You can follow along to everything he gets up to on there. That's a great way to keep in touch. All right. Thank you so much for being here.